Hey everybody, coming to you from my car tonight because life happens sometimes. So one of the other questions we had was what can I do for my Hallux Rigidus? That's not one we get very often, but Hallux Rigidus is basically big toe arthritis or big toe stiffness. This really can impact walking, running, jumping, those types of activities, because the big toe is usually what makes contact with the ground first during any of those movements. I mean, the big toe is designed to bend and grip the ground to accommodate for foot flexibility when doing that. So if you have stiffness in that, it just stresses that area more. So big toe stiffness or hallux rigidus usually occurs due to wear and tear of the joint, and that's usually due to a past injury or damage that just wasn't necessarily treated. The other way it can happen is genetics, and then the way that we mostly see is with a flat foot or like a bunion type situation, so when the toe actually starts to turn outwards and you get a little bone growth here. So that's primarily what we see. So this week we will teach you how to address the stiffness itself with some joint mobilizations. We'll also go over strengthening of the foot so that we can take some stress off of that, and ultimately giving you relief of symptoms. So stay tuned this week. We got some good stuff that we don't normally get into.
Okay, so the other thing with hallux rigidus or stiff big toe is that bunion type position, right? So when that big toe gets pulled to the side, that bone gets exposed and it just causes more stress to that area, can make things really uncomfortable. So one of the things that we suggest our patients with that purchase are some toe spacers, little things like this, where each toe goes in between each little thing. We typically just tell them, hey, just kind of walk around your house in them 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, whatever is tolerable to you. You don't have to do anything crazy at first. This will help splay the foot out, so that way you're evenly dispersing load into the foot. One of the other things we want people to consider is actually their shoe. In the past, barefoot shoes have not been the most stylish of things. So now they're doing better, right? You've got Vivo barefoot shoe. You also have this brand called Flux, F-L-U-X. And so this is what it is. This is a Flux shoe. This is their barefoot shoe, so it's a zero drop shoe, and it has a very wide toe box. So we want to look for shoes that have a wide toe box so that it doesn't put stress onto that area again, and that way we're able to walk with a normal splayed out foot and again takes pressure off of that. So if you're experiencing some big toe stiffness, really kind of some passive things you can look at first, or some quick changes, buy you some toe spacers, get a shoe that has a wide toe box, so that way during your day you can kind of start offloading it some more. Stay tuned the rest of this week. We're going to talk about how to mobilize that big foot and how to strengthen your foot.
So we're going to talk about how to mobilize the big toe for hallux rigidus. So we'll have you grab the toe up here, and with this hand you're going to just pull straight that way. So you're going to pull away, then the other hand will grasp around the joint itself, and then you're going to push this way. So you're going to pull that joint up, and you just kind of wiggle it around. It doesn't feel like you're doing a whole bunch, but it will start to mobilize that joint, especially on a really stiff one. You may start with just a little oscillation, so just a little small movement, and then as you get more, it gets bigger and bigger. We usually tell people about 20